Welcome to this new episode of Wahala of the Day. My name is Baakofresh. Bako Fresh. Utumi friend me nanya ngana ma just chinya. Wudu tun tasanya. Na ma just say share. Now, me pamacho press the subscribe button. What you say? Press the subscribe button. Now, news na be kano, right? After the news, we have a moral lessons for you. News where you carry ya, and I say, I didn't hear Bremono, ye di Bremu we are moral lessons so ye den, et actually, I bet my bow, Amabo Brabo, ye send ye. Now, news way Nana Ama Mcbrown. Nana Ama Mcbrown. You know, we all know Nana Ama Mcbrown. Now, Nana Ama Mcbrown, I think he's in the movie industry and Owomache, right? Nana Ama Mcbrown is in the movie industry and he has been in it for a very long time, especially when we Kumawood movie mu. What you say? Now, Nana Ama Mcbrown, na Ekamaya said no Uniba. Yes, Ekamaya said the Uniba, but I think so within the movie near Moon then. And I crack the fast and Nana Ama Mcbrown, the Bena Bewali, the Bena Benyaba, the Bena Bewali, the Bena Benyaba, the Bena Bewali. People were castigating Nana Ama Mcbrown. Now when oye interview be na asoko doku interview no, then I think say Nana Asoko asked personally say a dang into no dinyaba and I win no kind. Was so I think say 23 years and I started so opeba. So 23 years and Nana Ama Mcbrown said she was looking for what? A child. I think so no 20 years. Yes, you know we are oba ni bremu no and we na be so bad na ba wa bremu no na be say opeba. But when na was say opeba no nya enti no focus e the business, that is the movie industry. And to focus is we you know. Nana Ama Mcbrown focus in the movie. He shoot a lot of movies as you see or ye star. So I just say now when Obeka say e banana na onya no na because na fibroid e wo wound we time na soko interview no was na fibroid e wo ni wound na sa fibroid no e no na di ni nya na time na opeba no right one event saying ni kunu we ebe ware no a opeba no ochinya no onyaba enti no oye bibi aye fe no IVF, in vitro fertilization. IVF enti eno ye di tupu be hye wa wodi animu na ya pe fluid bia ye den e de agum anase sperm e de agum womb nimu no na or try for almost getting to 8 months no onyaba because no fibroid is no ye ba ne saying this ye den ye fibroid ni fi ne yem ansana wetumi aye den so obetena fi for almost 3 months. Particularly, she came home to stay home, I think, 3 months before she went back to the hospital. When she went back to the hospital, they did her the IVF, that is the in vitro fertilization. It's near Yemani, you know. Anna, I think, say, yes, Yemani, it taking almost getting to some months, and son already, and son all saying. I think it took her 8 months, as son obeying saying. So I just said, it's when you say we no smooth and Nana Ama Mcbrown. We say ya be a banner bra boom. And as a copy and say, Jenny na who can say when you know was or can you tufo. What just say or can I eddie tufo. It's Nana Ama Mcbrown as a CI or a collabia a friend of Maxon as a CI on any day on an etios to say ya is the end of frumu ba anka sanka sano. Maxon na or IVF. In vitro fertilization asana otumi ewo akwala no sana Nana Ama Mcbrown eka ewo na asoko. Now as we go hear video no person me fa moral lesson nya den emma wan say go hear video because video ne wa etimi de me de ma wa hwe video na up to the end na moral lesson na me de ma wo no utumi hu de enti a me ma sa moral lesson no. Now moral lesson on this news essay emma wabamu embu what you say. The only thing that you have to do is you need to focus. Focus on your job. Focus on your business. Focus on everything that you are doing. So as I said, Emma Obi any day embu abem. What's it? Focus on your goals and work for it. Go but I na wodia to any so no. Emma Obi embu abem. Focus. Na Onyankopon a oton supa egu asase so no. Obey day, obey ton supa. They say Allah so Nana Ama Mcbrown enyaba sanso na abrai wiasema ye we na say abrabo ye koso no the life in which we are in, don't rush, just go patiently like a tortoise but you reach your destination. What you say Mr. the destination. Yes, so these are the moral lessons on this particular news. Let's go and watch the video.
We're going, and I always want to tell my story the way it is. It's been long since I tried having a child. I was young, and it was beautiful for me to have a child, see my child. My friends were having babies, and I wanted to have mine, but I'm trying, but yet there's no results. So for a while, I let it go. I decided to concentrate on my job and let nature takes its course by relaxing the body and hoping that I will see myself pregnant naturally. It took me some time to come back to do some treatment or to start the treatment all over again.
How many years did you try before you considered a treatment?
I think I started, trying to have a baby has been from age 23 or 24.
That's a very long time ago.
Oh, yes.
It's more than 15 years.
Actually, more than 20 years. Oh. Like 20 years now, way before I started my career.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And along the line, I had to let it go, like I said, and concentrate on my life and hope that I would find myself pregnant naturally. But you see, it gets more serious when you're growing. It gets more sad when you're growing. And when time is going, you ask yourself many questions. I would say when I met my husband, I became serious again because I realized that I have to settle. And one of the things that I was hoping for is to have a family. I started a treatment again mainly about 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Maxine is 2.5, almost 3. But the last 8 years has been more intense. That's why I started seeing the doctors, and then they'll tell you we need to wash your system, we need to clean the womb.
What does washing your womb mean?
The term I've forgotten. After having Maxine, I decided to close that chapter with the doctors. I'm done with you.
But what's the procedure like?
The procedure is so intense that they insert some liquid into your womb, your tubes, to clear any blockage. Yeah, and it's very painful.
It's painful?
Very painful. Mine was painful. The many times I did it was painful.
How many times did you do it?
I think I did about 6 times. Yes. And the 6 times I'd done some before from 2010 coming. Yes. 206 coming. I did about 2 and I had to relax. From 2010 I did 1. 2012 I did about 2. But when I met my husband I did 2 more. And it became like 6 for me. But I realized that that is not working for me. The blockage, I had no tube blockage, but they couldn't know why I was not getting pregnant. However, when I started the IVF about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, because with the IVF, it took me about 8 months before I got pregnant. And that is because I had fibroid. They had to take the fibroid off, and I had to stay home for about 3 months or 4 before they started the main IVF procedure. My own, I'm saying it for the first time, was that my tubes, one of them was damaged.
I'm sorry.
Yes, and they had to take it off. I shouldn't have said this, but you see, now, a lot of women are going through this. Mine, I have my results, I have magazine, and no matter what I went through, I have gotten what I wanted. I have a baby now, and my story has changed. But if you are in the process now, everybody's own is different. From the beginning, I thought my womb is clear, my tubes are okay, but in the process, they realized that they had to take one off. It's totally damaged. That if they keep it, it might damage the whole procedure, or it might not make it work. It's a whole lot of things, the emotional stress.
Yeah.
Now, people need to hear this so that they know that they are not alone in search of a baby. After taking one tube out, the other one is basically not functioning. And the only option for me was IVF. And that's where I had to take the fibroids off, because they will tell you that it's a very long procedure. It takes too much energy. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it may not be able to even, it may not work. So in all this, you hope and pray that the money, the time, the energy, everything that comes,
stress.
you must have a good result, and only God can give you that good result.
Yeah.
You see, after taking the fibroid off, that's why I started the procedure mainly. And now, if you have to take injection for days at the same time, take your medications at the same time, you can't do anything. Your mind, your energy, everything is towards the procedure.
What's the procedure like? What exactly happens?
The procedure is, the doctors definitely, they would have to run tests on you, a thorough one, to know how your system is positioned. And again, it is not just about you, the woman, they need your husband as well to be part of the procedure. However, the main instrument or the main body or the system they need is you, the woman. Now, first of all, after running the test, they are going to see if your womb or you have your ovaries are active. And if it's not, sometimes depending on your age, they would have to increase your medication, or you would have to be taking more medication to develop more hormones. And that takes time.
Is it very expensive to do an IVF treatment in Ghana?
No, very yes. A very, very big yes. And that's what scares people mostly.
Yeah.
They say, Miniska, no. And it's true. It depends on the person, the procedure, your system. However, I'm going to give a very raw figure, because I personally had some privileges. So some of the things I didn't pay. I mean, some things were given to me, medication, the hospital and all that. But I know it's between $4,000 to $8,000 in between. Yeah. Converting to Ghana cedis, it's above 30,000 Ghana. Mostly upwards.
For the procedure alone?
For the procedure alone. Sometimes you buy your medication aside separately. Sometimes you go to the hospital overnight and all that are paid separately. And that's why I'm saying it's different.
Yeah.
But my first one, you see, the sad part is this now. As for the procedure, the doctors are there to take you through all. And when you are ready, you are ready. It doesn't matter how long or what it takes. But this is it now. If you are ready to spend, if you are ready for this, and at the end of the day it doesn't work for you,
Yeah.
nah, you want to die. My first one didn't work for me, and if I tell you what I went through the night when I realized that it was negative, I couldn't sleep for about a week. Because aside the money, I was asking myself, how long? I know someone who has done it 7 times.
Wow.
Yes. And the 8th one gave her twins. But can you wait? Nah? Can you wait? Or in waiting, the things that you're going to go through, it is not easy. Mainly, that is where I want to share with my people. Now, that part is mainly what I want to, be talking about. You may have the money, you may have all the support from your husband, from the family, but if at the end of the day you have a negative result, you break down totally. You break down totally. You think that your world has come to an end and everything is falling down for you because you feel that is the last option, the only alternative, the only hope you have. The night before, because after everything, the procedure is done, you'll be told to have a very quiet time with your own self. And within that time, you'll be talking to yourself, praying, hoping that you have a very positive result.
Yeah.
And you'll be given a period of time. I was given 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I should come for a pregnancy test. So I was counting the day by the second, every minute. Yeah, that been 24 hours, but 2 hours, 3 hours. That's how it started for me. And gradually it became daily, today, and then the last day to my 14 days, I was just hoping and praying that I'll have a very good result. So in the morning, I went to buy a pregnancy test myself. I sent for it. I said, let me try before I get to the hospital. Early morning, 5 a.m., my first urine, because I didn't want to urinate, and then later I said, so my first urine, I tried. And for the first time, now abortion, no abortion, no miscarriage, nothing. So I'm not so much used to this pregnancy testing, and I had to read the menu to know that it would take 2 lines, red lines for it. So after doing it, I was just hoping to see the 2 lines so that I know that this is all I've been working out, I've been waiting for. So when I tried, it was just going. And for 5 minutes, it gave me only 1 line. And for a minute, I didn't want to go to the hospital again. I tried again, I bought double, so I tried again and gave me the same result. So I knew the results before I got to the hospital. And when I went there and they were telling me, I was like, I knew it, but I had to come. It was not an easy moment now. And I didn't know what to tell my husband. To call him and say, babe, I knew you. Because he goes to work very early in the morning. And I could only let the doctors call him to tell him that we have another chance. Because I had what kind of eggs? I have some eggs with them, the eggs, that if I want to have more children, I can go back to the hospital because they freeze it for some years. So they came out and said, Nana, all those are no, all hope is not gone. Take it that this is your bathroom. You've not cleaned it for years. And always there's water flowing and you don't clean it. So it's slippery. So now that Bibi Akofa Hono, we hope that God will make a change. I bet you know some they use their terms and you know how they are ready to help you, but they can't do anything beyond the results than to start all over again.
Do they offer counseling at that point? Because
Yes. The hospital did that for me. They did that for me. Actually, the owner is more than a counselor. And I have a very good rapport, so they did that for me. And she was calling, she was there and all that. You need somebody at that moment. My husband did that for me. My mom did that for me. Few friends, they did that. So the only option again was to go back
and start all
over again.
Wow. That sounds like a lot. I know people who have tried once and they tell me that the emotional trauma is not even about the money or the time.
What have you heard today? And what have you learned today? Subscribe to our YouTube channel whilst we bring you great news on Wahala of the Day right here on Bako Fresh TV.
Insimbi enika na insimbi suya sefem na so beti so wenyina aji social Bako Fresh TV oh YouTube so e ma refi so be wo so ya do mane so